Okay folks, today we're going to test this vintage Pioneer KP500 FM stereo cassette player. This is known as the SuperTuner. See that on the logo in the center of the cassette door here. Anyway, this guy's in real good original condition. You can see it's got the original part number tag here on the bottom. It reads KP500. It is missing the mounting bracket. The mounting bracket originally hooked into two of these holes. You could adjust it forward or back. Just a right angle that came over. Pretty easy to fabricate. Anyway, that's missing, so you'll have to figure that out. The faceplate is quite nice. It has scuffs and scratches and all the things you could imagine. A little bit of glue residue from where it looks like it was glued back in place at some point. But the most important thing is all of the printed writing. It's very clear, it's easy to read. I think the bezel would clean up better if you wanted to spend some time trying to detail it, but I think it looks pretty good the way it is. Anyhow, we're going to test this guy out today. We have it hooked up to a 12-volt power supply, speaker, and an antenna. And I'll start you off on the FM here, and we'll just turn the radio on here with the on button. You can see when you turn it on, you can see the dial gets a green glow to it. It's got the factory stereo indicator light turning on here. You'll see that turns on and off as you pull in different stations. Anyway, real nice. It's super loud, no crackling or anything when you adjust the volume. We've got balance control here. So we're on the left channel now, and then if we switch over to the right channel, so the left channel is the green one. If we switch off of that one and we go over to the gray one, you'll see that we have volume on our gray one now, and if we switch over to the left hand side, it fades out there. We've got bass, no bass, treble, no treble. We got loudness. So you can see when I turn this on, it gets a little bit more oomph to it. And finally we've got mute. And mute is an interesting one. For years I thought that this was just supposed to mute the sound. And I thought that usually it wasn't working on these. I've had a number of these over the years, and mute has always been an interesting one. Last time I listed one of these, a fellow eBayer wrote to me and said, hey, the mute button doesn't do what you think it does. It mutes out non-stereo signals. So if you look, if I turn it on now, nothing changes because we have a stereo signal tuned in. But when I tune, see how it gets totally quiet when the stereo light's not on? It won't come back until it finds another stereo signal. Otherwise it's quiet in between. So that's how you tune in your stereo signals. Now if we go to somewhere where it's muted out and we turn it off, we'll see that we get all the stations back. Really interesting feature. Anyway, I'm going to speed it up here, get us through the dial a little faster just to show you we have reception. Anyway, real nice. I think this is pretty much the end of the dial. Yeah, 108 is pretty much the end, right? Anyway, finally I want to show you the cassette player. Usually they don't work on these. This one actually functions great. We have Andreas Vollenweider, and this is instrumental only, so there's not going to be any lyrics, but it's what we have. So we'll slide him into the slot, and then we'll give us some volume. There's that. Go fast forward, and then we can rewind. Then finally we can eject and flip things. I did notice the eject on this is a bit sticky, so it'll try to kick it out sometimes, and sometimes you have to just give it a tap on the top. Yeah. So then it pops out. So I imagine that will get better with time, or you could get inside and lubricate it a little bit, but anyway. So here's our other side, and then same deal. So we'll try that one more time just to... Okay, let's try the eject one more time. So hopefully you can hear the sound here. So we're happening. Yeah. So I would say that's the only flaw. It worked really well, and now it's just kind of, I think it probably just needs a little lubrication on that eject mechanism. But even just using it a few times will probably clean it up a little bit and make it pop out there a little bit more, just with a little more oomph, if that makes sense. Anyway, this is your chance to own the Pioneer SuperTuner cassette player that you've been dreaming about. This one works great, it looks really nice, and again, with some detailing it would probably even look nicer, but it's all original paint on the case still has the original decal. Let's see if I can show you a little bit better without shorting things out here. But the back is really clean, the wires are real long still, so plenty of room to splice in however you want to splice into your vehicle. Anyway, if you've been looking for one of these vintage SuperTuners, look no further, you found the one you want. Don't miss it.